Hello guys, my name is Madhur and welcome to my channel. This is the 39th tutorial in the series of tutorials on Unix shell scripting. In this tutorial, we're going to learn to use the while loop. And while loop is one of the three iteration statements that Unix provides us. And the other two are the until loop and the for loop. And we'll be checking them out too in this course. But for the time being, let's just concentrate on while. Now, what is while loop and why do you use it? While loop is something that comes in handy when you have to do something in your script over and over again. For example, if you are preparing a script that displays a message to the user on screen 100 times or 500 times, then you won't want to use echo at 100 different lines or 500 lines in your shell script. Instead, you would want to use a construct that instructs the shell that, okay, I'm gonna type in echo statement at one line in my script, and I want you to execute it 100 times or 500 times or as many times as you want. So that's why we use the while loop, and let's learn the syntax of while by creating a simple shell script. So I have my text editor here, and I've saved this file in the home folder. I've given it the name while and the extension sh, and what this script file is going to do is it's going to display numbers from 1 to 10 on screen, right? So it's going to do a very simple task. And there are three things that you have to keep in mind while using the while loop. And the first thing is to declare and initialize a control variable, and that's nothing but a variable that the loop uses to do what it does. And the second thing is to put the control variable in a test condition that the loop evaluates before each iteration. And the last thing is to increment or decrement the value of the control variable so that the loop gets a fresh value for the control variable before evaluating the test condition each time, right? So on the second line in my script, I'm going to type in a variable name, and it's called count, and I'll give it the value 1, right? I'm giving it the value 1 because I want to start printing numbers 1 onwards. On line 3, I'm going to type in the keyword while, and I'll follow it up with a space, and then I'll type in my square brackets. And within these square brackets, I'm going to type in the test condition that the while loop will evaluate before each iteration, and only if this test condition will return an exit status 0, or if this test condition will evaluate to true, will the body of the loop get executed. And if it evaluates to false, then the loop will do nothing, right? So I'm going to type in the test condition for this script. It's going to be $count less than equal to 10, and I'm typing in 10 there because I want to print numbers from 1 to 10. If suppose you want to print numbers from 1 to 100, then all you have to do is change 10 here to 100, right? So it's going to be that simple. And on line 4, I'll type in another keyword, and this one's called do, right? We are now inside the body of the while loop, and we can type in the statements that we want the loop to execute over and over again. So the first one of these statements is going to be echo $count, and this will display the value of count on screen. And on line 6, we will increment the value of count so that on the first line 1 gets printed, and on the next line 2 gets printed, and on the next line 3 gets printed. That is, we get a fresh value on each line, right? So the way I will increment the control variable is I'm going to use expr and follow up with a space, and then type in the variable $count, the addition symbol, and I'm going to add 1 to its value, and I'll assign this value to my variable. So count gets the value expr plus $count, and since I'm just concerned with the output of this expression, I'm going to put this expression within reverse quotes, right? So on line 7, I'm going to type in another keyword, and this one's done, and this is the last keyword for the script. So these three keywords, while, do, and done, are part of the while syntax, and you have to remember them, right? So let's talk about how this loop works. While will evaluate the exit status of this condition. That is, it will check whether this is true or not. And count initially is 1, and 1 is obviously less than 10. That's why these two statements will get executed. But for the next iteration, count will not have the value 1. Instead, it will have the value 2. Why? Because we've incremented it by using expr on line 6, right? So 2 is still less than 10, so these statements will get executed again. So for the next iteration, count will get 3, and 3 is still less than equal to 10, and this will keep on happening till count gets the value 11. And that's why when we will see the output of the script, we'll see that 11 won't get printed, and only numbers from 1 to 10 will get printed. So I'll save the script file, I'll bring up my terminal, and I'll execute the script by typing in sh space while.sh, and there you go. In the output, you see that numbers from 1 to 10 are being printed. So That's it. I hope you people have understood how the while loop works. The purpose behind this tutorial was to make you guys familiar with the syntax of while. I could have chosen a more complicated application. This is, obviously pretty simple, displaying numbers, 10 numbers on screen, but we leave the complicated part for some other tutorial in this course. I just want you guys to practice the syntax of while for the time being, and once you master it, you'll be able to understand until and for pretty easily, right? So in the next tutorial, we're going to check out the until loop. Till then, thank you so much for watching this tutorial, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Please subscribe to my channel.